KFC, one of the most recognized brands on earth, the red and white bucket. The white suit, the slogan we all know, it's finger-licking good today. You can find Kentucky Fried Chicken in more than 145 countries, millions of meals served every single day. But behind the crispy skin and secret recipe lies a story you probably don't know. Welcome to Dreamken Media as we tell you this spiraling story of KFC. A story of failure, rejection, betrayal, lawsuits, and a man who almost gave up on life before becoming an icon. This is the untold story of Colonel Harland Sanders and how KFC nearly never happened. Chapter 1: The Man Behind the Chicken. Harland David Sanders was born in 1890 in a small town in Indiana. His father died when he was just 6. Suddenly, the boy had to cook, clean, and care for his younger siblings while his mother worked. By the age of 7, he could already make meals. But if you think this was the start of a culinary genius, you'd be wrong. Sanders was no prodigy. He was, in fact, a failure. He dropped out of school in the 6th grade. He drifted from job to job: farmhand, streetcar conductor, railroad worker, insurance salesman, lawyer. Every one of them ended badly. He even tried starting his own company, a lamp-making business. It collapsed overnight when Thomas Edison introduced a better design. By his 40s, Sanders had failed so many times that his life looked hopeless. And by the time he turned 65, he was broke, nearly suicidal, and living off a $105 Social Security check. But in that moment of despair came the spark that would change everything. Chapter 2: The Birth of Kentucky Fried Chicken. At a small gas station in Corbin, Kentucky, Sanders had been cooking meals for passing travelers. His specialty, fried chicken, but not just any fried chicken. Instead of deep frying, he used a pressure cooker, sealing in flavor, cutting the cooking time, keeping the meat tender and juicy. He perfected a blend of 11 herbs and spices. A recipe so secret, it's still locked in a vault today. Sanders believed in it so much that he packed his pressure cooker into his car, put on a crisp white suit, and drove across America. He knocked on the doors of restaurants, pitching his chicken. He was rejected once, twice, 10 times. 100 times, 200, 300. In total, 1,009 rejections. And then, finally, one restaurant said yes. From that single deal, Kentucky Fried Chicken was born. By 1964, there were more than 600 KFC franchises across America. And Sanders, the man who had once been broke, ridiculed, and forgotten, was now a household name. That same year, at 74 years old, he sold the company for $2 million. But selling the business meant something else. He no longer controlled the chicken. Chapter 3: The Colonel vs. KFC. At first, Sanders embraced his role as the smiling ambassador in the white suit. But soon, things soured. The new owners began cutting costs. Cheaper ingredients, frozen chicken, faster cooking methods. Sanders was furious. He publicly trashed the food, calling the gravy wallpaper paste, and the chicken a damn shame. Yes, the founder of KFC sued KFC. The lawsuits were settled, but the bitterness remained. Sanders spent the rest of his life criticizing the company he created, as his face became its most valuable asset. The irony was cruel. The Colonel had lost control of his chicken. Chapter 4: Global expansion and marketing lies. While Sanders fought with the company, KFC went global. In the 1970s, they arrived in Japan, but there was a problem. Christmas wasn't widely celebrated there, so KFC made a bold move. They launched an ad campaign claiming that eating Kentucky Fried Chicken on Christmas was an American tradition. It wasn't, it was a complete lie, but it worked. Families began lining up for hours. Buckets of chicken became Christmas dinner. And today, over 3.5 million Japanese families eat KFC every Christmas Eve, a billion-dollar holiday. Built on a marketing trick, around the world, the company leaned into outrageous stunts. Chicken-scented sunscreen, a KFC video game. Even a fried chicken gaming console. Absurd, maybe, but effective, KFC didn't just sell food. It sold attention. Chapter 5, Legacy. Colonel Sanders died in 1980 at the age of 90. By then, KFC had exploded into thousands of outlets worldwide. To date, KFC has over 25,000 restaurants in 145 countries. The secret recipe remains locked away, and the Colonel? His white suit and smiling face remain one of the most recognizable brand symbols in history. But the real legacy isn't just fried chicken, it's the man himself. A man who failed again and again. Who was rejected over 1,000 times. Who was nearly broke and forgotten. Before becoming an icon at an age when most people are slowing down. KFC is more than a brand. It's proof that it's never too late. That persistence can turn failure into something unforgettable, and that sometimes success really is finger-licking good.